Have you ever watched a city council meeting and thought, where's the drama? It might not seem like council members disagree that often.
Any comments or questions? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion passes. All in favor? Motion passes. Motion passes. Motion passes.
A lot of the work that City Council does is checks and balances related to purchases, contracts. A lot of it is focused on spending. And so a significant portion of the work that we do isn't especially controversial.
But when big economic development packages are on the table or legislation that benefits one district more than another, things can get heated.
It is not a good thing for District 8.
That doesn't make sense to me.
We failed to even do that. And because of that, I'll be voting no for it.
When debate does happen, there's an important thing to know. Legally, it can't happen behind closed doors. The Tennessee Open Meetings Act and the Tennessee Public Records Act apply to any public body consisting of 2 or more members with the authority to make decisions for or recommendations to a public body on policy or administration.
Essentially, just if you've got a meeting of a governmental body, it should be open to the public.
That applies to the City Council, School Board, the Hamilton County Commission, and all of the committees, boards, and commissions that they create through legislation.
The county may also vote to have a subcommittee to look at where to place monuments. They call it the Monument Subcommittee. It is now a governing body in its own right, and so it would also have to follow the Open Meetings Act.
And in fact, the reason voting sessions might sometimes seem dull is that a lot of the debate happens in committees and in agenda sessions before the voting meetings. The Tennessee Open Meetings Act is strict. Aside from mandating public meetings, legislative bodies have to make agendas and minutes available to the public. And the kicker is that decision makers can't debate laws or discuss policy outside of the public eye, whether by phone, email, or even text.
Our school board, I can't speak for all the school boards, but our school board at least tends to really respect the line. We don't sit together in coffee and say, okay, now that we're together and no one can, no, we don't.
The laws aim to build transparency for the public, and they ensure that every official is in the loop.
As a woman, as a person who, doesn't play golf or doesn't go shoot things or whatever the good old boys club might have been and possibly is, I appreciate that a sunshine law helps to level the playing field and add some equity.
As robust as the Open Meetings Act is, there's one key exception. The Tennessee General Assembly is exempt. That's due in part to a carve-out in the state constitution. The doors of each house and of committees of the whole shall be kept open unless when the business shall be such as ought to be kept secret. In Nashville, it can be more difficult to follow a bill on its long process to becoming a law, or know why legislators support or oppose it.
Not in front of a microphone, things are decided. And that's hard to understand how our local bodies are expected to work in this way, and we aren't holding our state to that same measure.
Tennessee residents also have the power to request any document from officials that relates to governing. That's at the local and the state level, and it includes emails and texts. For more information about Tennessee's sunshine laws, visit the website for the Office of the Open Records Council or call them.
Having open meetings, having open public records, and really working with your citizens to give that information when they're requesting that from you creates that faith in government that is really necessary to make the government work better.